Who had a better season, Arsenal or Spurs?
But we did, of course. We did.
Robbie, I don't want to answer that question.
Nah, come on. You know what? Come on. There's no point in dipping for this.
I can't even spell, meanwhile.
No point in dipping on this one. Come on, let's just say pass.
Neither.
Spurs fans win the Europa League, they'll say they've had a more successful season than us.
That's if we don't win.
If Chelsea win...
What if we win it?
If Chelsea win the Conference League and we don't win the Champions League, they'll say they've had a more successful season than us. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying it.
We did.
Robbie, I don't want to answer that question.
We did.
Say?
I don't want to answer the question.
We did. And can I just add on that thing before we get off it? With the Tottenham thing, if we finish that low, people would want Mikel be gone already.
Of course he would.
So I can't understand how they've had a better
You give
season.
them credit for what they did winning that?
I could not give a damn. Give them credit for. Did they give us credit for winning the league too? If they gave us credit for winning the league twice a while, then yeah.
More successful season than us. But I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. I'm not having that at all, right? Because, number one, we're not in the Europa League. Because we played too good to get into the Europa League, right?
Yeah.
So we can't win the Europa League. Exactly. We're in a competition that to win that is harder.
Absolutely.
Right? So I know people will say, how can you win the Conference League where I've never heard of, no disrespect to that team, but that team that Chelsea are playing, I've never heard of that team in my life. Yeah. Sorry, we're not in that competition.
Exactly.
That competition is below us. You can't say, because we're in the Champions League.
The highest of the highest.
And Spurs and United, we're not in the Europa League because we qualified in a higher competition. So if you win that, you haven't had a more successful season.
Of course not.
I think you could own...
in North London, Spurs are having their open top bus parade. It should finish soon, actually, starting at 5:30.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. Just hold your hands up. We're bothered. I'm bothered. They've won it. And if I be really honest about it, look, it's a cup competition that we couldn't even enter. All right, you know. So, but a few of my mates have been on the phone and whatever. Like, you know, none of them were worried about 21 defeats when they were celebrating that yesterday. None of them. So, you know, they're in a little bit of a different position to us, but 17 years, you know, let them have their moment. Let them, you can only beat what's in front of you. I get in all this that they've played crap teams, they have, but at the end of the day, you can only beat what's in front of you. They've done that. And at the end of it, they've picked up a trophy, and I don't care what anybody says. You know, I think...
Undivided, Scran United. Let me tell you this about them, yeah? 3 man like Morgan, we've beaten you. Them man have been turned over like a mattress, rude boy. You know, like that. And I am here for a final. Us Tottenham fans, we ain't seen a trophy in like 17 years. 17. Babies are born, they get their national insurance card, and they get a job. And I ain't seen no piece of silverware. All of that will change today, bruv. You know what I'm saying? My voice is gone. I need a bro. As long as my name's expressions oozing, we are rolling in to the Spur Bilbao, and we are going to get a result. Forget about Ruben scammer him. Forget about Ruben hammer him. Forget about all of that. Yeah? Let me tell you this, yeah? Ruben hammer him, you're leaving with nothing but your son's trousers, because we...
Why did that happen?
You haven't won it for 55 years. 55 years.
Right.
55
2-0. All right. Listen. You know, I want to get the same Right. Hold on.
I was Skelly into midfield because I didn't want to lose what Declan Rice does for us in midfield. Not only do we lose Thomas Partey in this game today, by the way, he's got to take a lot of play for it.
1 second. So who would you have played as?
I've told you how many more times I've got to fucking tell you. Skelly in midfield, Declan Rice stays insane.
No, but where's
I'm saying wherever fucking holding midfielder, Rob.
So Lewis Skelly's holding midfield.
Midfielder, Rob.
So Lewis Skelly's holding midfielder.
Holding midfielder, yes. Declan Rice doing what he's doing.
When's he ever played there?
That's his position in the league and all that. Now,
When have you seen him play there?
When I've seen him playing, he's played it every fucking week in the youth team, Rob, like every
This ain't
week.
the youth
Have you
team.
seen him play fucking left back? When have you seen him play left back until he's fucking done it this season? Don't make excuses. Do not make excuses.
Calm down, right?
Fucking right.
Our manager again disrespecting a female reporter after the game. Our manager sitting in the pre-match press conference waffling about XG. Yeah, how about expected piss-offs, mate? How about that? Oh, first opportunity to drop Declan Rice because he's injured. You dropped him. First opportunity to drop Urian Timber because he's been playing injured as well. You dropped him. Actually crazy that is. But don't worry, guys. Doesn't matter that Spurs have got to a final and I'm jealous. Doesn't matter Man U got to a final and I'm jealous. Chelsea final, I'm jealous. Palace final.
As I said, the second bottling for me was on the pitch today.
Yep.
They bottled it.
Yep. Your daughter mentioned that young fullback getting a start. They didn't.
Pushing for the deal, scouting the player, weighing up the options, monitoring, discussing. They appreciate the player, edging closer, studying, exploring, flirting, leading the race, targeting, prioritizing, considering, keeping tabs on the player, agreeing personal terms, following. He's a concrete name. Luring, gauging, in love with. How many more buzzwords do these journalists?
Welcome back, Bayledge Sports Entertainment people. Yes, it's been a while. Guys, I know, I'm gonna put my hands up. You see my hands are up. My bad. It's been just over 2 weeks. The content hasn't been churned out as per usual. I did make a video a couple days ago, and briefly I did explain why I haven't been recording. I took a little hiatus, people. Oh my days, I gotta check if the mic is on. Oh no, we're good. This is how you know we're back. Bro, almost forgot how to stream. You know what, yeah? This is like streaming is like a muscle you work in the gym. You get what I mean? Because once you stop going to the gym and you don't work on that muscle no more, everything just feels depleted, bro. No muscles. You ain't looking like you were looking last week or 2 weeks ago. That's kind of how it's feeling over here right now. You get what I mean? But nevertheless, we are back. Look, I promise, guys, the international break will not hinder the next, the next run of consistency. Yeah? Because international break is dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. Man, my God. As a new creator in this YouTube game, the international break is literally it's like torture. It's like torture. Yeah? But that's not why we're here today. You man have listened to man ramble on for about 2 minutes. And we're going to get into the Arteta press conference because you guys know who we got tomorrow. Champions League. And Arsenal will be facing Athletico Madrid in the Champions League, guys. Obviously, the press conference has come out. It hasn't been released by the usual haters TV and all of that, but I did manage to find a link. They were kind of streaming the Arteta press conference. So yeah, man, we're gonna get into it. In fact, before we get into the press conference, briefly we're gonna talk about Arsenal's win over the weekend, because quite frankly, that, as I've said on many channels, and I will say on my channel once again, that was a professional performance from Arsenal Football Club. Now, these Arsenal fans were sitting there laughing at me after we won a game, after we didn't look threatened Not once. I didn't feel no ounce of fear from Fulham over the weekend. So, in my personal opinion, that was an excellent game. They did absolutely nothing. 1-0 to the Arsenal. What are you complaining about? They had 0 shots on target. I didn't feel threatened. And look, if we take into consideration over the last 2 or 3 years, the years that, you know, we've actually been competing for the Premier League, those years, yeah, it's been a struggle going to Fulham with either drawing there or Fulham have beaten us. And that's not on for a team that's trying to win the Prem. It's just not allowed. Come on, man. You need better than that. You need more than that. You get what I'm saying, people? I'm not okay with the performance I saw over the last few years. However, rectifying that issue, just going there, making sure we get a win. We've reset the clocks now. We've reset everything. That's kind of like the way to look at it. You have to look at it like, okay, and now that we've actually beaten them at home again, you know, it shouldn't be a bogey spot. It shouldn't be a spot where we're looking like, oh no, we're going to go to Fulham and we might lose. I'm sorry, that's crazy to me. Fulham, bro, at Fulham, they have a bunch of Arsenal rejects. And you man know I ain't joking. They're all Arsenal rejects at Fulham. We've got Leno over there. We've got Iwobi over there. We have, who else do we have? We have Reece Nelson over there. We have Emil Smith-Rowe over there. I'm probably forgetting someone. I swear they even tried to sign Zinchenko's over there. Bro, look. You might as well look at it as like, you know, the London club that doesn't really expect to do much but just consistently stay in the Premier League. That's what Fulham are like. You know, they're not expecting a lot. And they're not expecting to get relegated. So, you know, I just kind of, you know, have to respect Fulham as a football club because they have stayed consistent over the years. Staying in the Premier League alone is something to be proud of. You know what I mean, people? No, don't be overlooking that achievement there. I know some people might not rate it. However, you know, you got to be realistic sometimes. Got to be realistic. And what we know is that the Prem is a different ball game. Yes, people. Let's get into the show today. Okie dokie. Lemon chokey. Right. Big boy Arteta. He's in the building. As we can see, press conference. Let's click the play button and then we're locked in, people. Let's see what Arteta has to say for tomorrow. Because before I listen to what Arteta has actually said regarding this press conference, I'm expecting nothing less than a win. Yes, you might have heard that correctly. Before I go on to listen to what Arteta says, you know, one thing I've hated about Arteta's press conference over the years is that when I'm listening to this brother's press conference, you know, I kind of want more from my manager. I want my manager to feel like, okay, I'm just, you know, just winding up the players. I'm guessing them, you know, I'm filling them with helium, letting them know, all right, cool. You man can do whatever you want to do. No one can stop you. Well, you know, one of the best teams in the world. Yeah, we haven't won a trophy, blah, 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 blah. But come on, man. Like, have a look at the, you know, the last few years, you know, put some respect on what's been happening. Now, big boy Arteta. What the fuck is this? So I'm sorry, North. Wasn't meant to be watching you. I don't know why it clicked onto North. But we're back. Bro, what happened to the subtitles, bro? What is this? I swear down, I was just listening to the thing with subtitles.
I look up to and learn from it in many situations. And what is for me outstanding is his passion. I think for how long he's been in the game and in the same club with the same play, how you still have that handle and that capacity to transmit such an energy and willingness to win. And then, yeah, it's a very tough environment that we live in, and to keep convincing players, you have to be extraordinarily well. I don't know him personally, but everything that I hear about him is that he's so good at doing that. That's the reason, one of the reasons why you're able to sustain at that level. You're gonna get tougher. We have enough and super good managers here, so I don't know. That will be completely up to him. If one day he wants to experience that, what I can say is that what I've seen and after analyzing the team, how well they are coached. Well, we have to.
Season, you've got 9 out of 9 this time. What's changed and what lessons have you learned, not just from those games, but from last season?
Well, we have to obviously get as much information as we can and understand the reasons why we dropped some points there, and then try to implement them. But to be fair, sometimes from a draw to a win, there are details and things that have to go your way. But it's true that the team shows a different kind of maturity, threat, and probably conviction at this stage. But it's still very early. We have to do it now for another 30 games, and that's going to be the objective.
You say it's very early. The bookies have already made you favourites for the title. You embrace that, and do you think you are the favourites now?
The only thing that I embrace is when I see the team, the energy, the temperature, the commitment, and the quality that they can deliver, that it gives me that conviction that we can go all the way. But that's it. That's just a feeling that the next day you have to prove it, the next training session you have to prove it, and nothing else, and we cannot be busy thinking about those topics.
Thank you. Simon Standard?
Okay, just on carrying on with Simeone, when you started here, did you look at the way Atletico, how he's moulded club's culture and his image, and took from that something you wanted to do when you tried to mould the culture?
No, I think I got that done more through my experiences and my beliefs, and especially my understanding of Arsenal and this football club I am experiencing here, because I think to put a different context to this one, it's extremely difficult, and at the end I think you have to be authentic to your belief, your way of dealing with people, especially, which is the most important thing when you talk about culture, and slowly, you have an idea, and you have to, after through that, sometimes change a little bit the trajectory to understand what is the best for the club.
I'll ask you one on the defence. Numbers have been incredible this season. We've seen Gabriel Heinze, who joined in the summer. We see a lot in the warm-ups and working with the defenders, very animated. What's he sort of brought to the defence this season, and what's he like as a coach added to your
Well, I think that's something very, very collective with all the coaches, with the players, with their commitments as well. And Gavi added something different, that willingness to will, I think. And now we've seen that obviously through his career, that experience to win and to elevate somebody's level and ambition and drive to the highest limit. And he's extraordinary at that.
Tom, football London. Hi, Michael. Of course, one of your main title rivals at the weekend failed to win, Liverpool against Manchester United. Did you ever notice on the training field after one of your main rivals has failed to win that your players perhaps a bit more of a spring in their step during a training session?
I haven't noticed that, but obviously there is a lot of narrative after. But that's it. I mean, every game in this league, it's a must win and a very difficult game to win, and we all, I think, very appreciative of that. So you don't get carried away with any of that.
And just on Diego Simeone as well, when you come up against a manager who's been in place for such a long period of time, does that in any way make your preparation for perhaps what you might expect for them easier for a period of time? And just on Diego Simeone as well, when you come up against a manager who's been in place for such a long period of time, does that in any way make your preparation for perhaps what you might expect for them easier? Or because there's so much data and so much evidence, does that in some ways make it harder to prepare for it?
Well, on this one, I think
Guys, I didn't even realize I was on mute the whole time. Why is no one telling me this in the comments? Why is no one telling me this in the comments? You man are just watching, man. Talk to myself. No, that's embarrassing, bro. Man was just here doing this, but come on, man. Slap it in the comments if my mic ain't on. Yo. How am I on stream and the mic's not on and I've been rambling for like 5 minutes? My bad. Let's get back to it, yeah? Because there's no point repeating what I said. In fact, I might repeat it a little bit. What I was just saying is Simeone is kind of like a Wenger. He's kind of like a Ferguson. He's a manager that's been at a club for, years on end. So the question from the reporter was quite a sensible question. He states, would it make it easier in regards to setting up, because Simeone is known to be the Athletico manager. That means you have, ample data on how he likes to play. We know exactly what Simeone wants to do. Now, we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see if it does make it easier. But let's see what Arteta replies to that question.
The hardest thing is the time that you have, basically, a day when you can't really do much to prepare that. Obviously, understanding and the time that we have spent to analyze and understand that. They have evolved as well for the team that they were probably a year ago to now, and how they can change as well in relation to the context of the match. which is something very specific for this team. And in order to have to prepare the best way, yeah, you want to give them everything, but how you able to simplify the information and make it as concrete as key as possible for being in the best position to implement what we want to do tomorrow.
Just give us an insight into what makes Simeone's team so difficult to play against right now.
Well, first of all, the willingness to win. You can sense that in every single ball, in every single yard, the way they play. So it's about how they compete, and then after how they play. And I think there are two very different things. And in order to after analyze what they are, yeah, the level of organization is really high. The level of discipline is really high. And then they have acquired a lot of talent throughout the years that are very specific for their needs and the way they want to play, and they are very, very, very good at exploiting those opportunities.
You said he's been linked with the move to the Premier League for years. Do you think he could be successful? Do you think what he does in Spain working?
Well, if he works in the Champions League, which is the highest competition in Europe, he can do it anywhere. And I don't know, you have to...
Hey, big up Sheldon Johnson. I'm sorry, Sheldon Johnson. I gotta apologize to the regular viewers. I see a comment. Sheldon says, where has this man been? Look, I took a little hiatus. Man had to take a little break. So shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the regular viewers, guys. But I'm gonna be back regularly from now on. You know what I mean? An international break kind of took a bit of time to reset. You know, personal reasons, life and all. So, yeah, man, just I had to do that, guys. I had to do that. But that being said, I have been on multiple other channels. You know, I just haven't been able to take the time to record, post, and even stream. So it has been crazy for the last 2 weeks, but hopefully that's all done now. And yeah, Sheldon Johnson, man will be back with the streams on a regular. And feel me. I apologize, man. Gotta keep the people entertained. And I'm still trying to make that 1K subs. I'm still trying to make my 1K subs. I ain't there yet. Yo, this YouTube grind is hard, bro. Getting 1K subs is hard. Oh my days. Like, it is ridiculously hard. But hey, we'll get there sooner or later, eh? We'll get there sooner or later. Let's get back to the presser. Let's get back to the presser.
Very, very, very good at exploiting those opportunities.
As Thomas said, he's been linked with the move to the Premier League for years. Do you think he could be successful? Do you think what he does in Spain working?
Before Arteta answers that question, bro, I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. What sort of question is that? How is man sitting in a press conference and asking Arteta if he thinks the rival manager is going to be successful in the Prem if he was ever to come to the Prem because of just previous speculations? Bro, this is a waste of time. This is a waste of time. What's man talking about? If Simeone was to come to the Prem, yeah, he would be a force to reckon with. The guy has won the Liga. The guy has won multiple trophies for Athletico. The guy is consistently competing. Consistently taking them into the Champions League. But what sort of question is that? This ain't Ange Postecoglou, bro. This ain't Ange Postecoglou with 22 losses from Tottenham. Anyways, what does Arteta say regarding that question, eh?
Well, if he works in the Champions League, which is the highest competition in Europe, he can do it anywhere. And
there we go. He says if he works in the Champions League, the highest competition in Europe, he can do it anywhere. I'm sorry, who is this journalist, bro? Get him out of the room. Bro, I could have come up with better questions than this. Come on, man.
I don't know, you have to come here and try it and feel him, but I'm very sure that his know-how is unbelievable and his character and willingness will take him anywhere, I think.
And just final for me, what's the set piece record improved again? Can you just talk a bit about what goes into maintaining that threat? Because it's not, look, it's been 2-3 years where new routines come.
maintain that for such a long?
Well, keep evolving and keep improving. It's a thing. It's a system that when you put it in place, the system has to learn every single day, every single game to become better. And that's in relation to the players that we have and what we learn from ourselves, and as well what we learn from the opposition, and try to be as consistent as possible. And in order to do that, you have to give importance to certain topic to become really important. And we try to do that in the way that we share the time and the focus in game preparation, and then is delivery.
With Gabriel Heinz, you just said before about his willingness to win, and he's obviously won a lot of tasks in his playing career. In the drills, he's often one-on-one with the players before and after the games. What does he kind of bring to the table in terms of the one-on-one scenario?
That experience, I mean, somebody tells you if you do that, you're going to be successful, and you know that he's done it and he's been successful. It's a lot of credibility there.
And how are the players?
Big up Sheldon Johnson. Big up Sheldon Johnson. Hey, thank you. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Bro, I always, basically, yeah. When I play the thing in the background, when I play the thing on screen, when you guys can see Arteta talking, I have to mute the mic, because if I don't mute the mic, then you guys are gonna be hearing an echo. You get what I mean? So every single time I stop the video, then I just start rambling on. He said I don't read lips. I'm sorry, Sheldon. Literally, bro, I forget to turn the mic back on. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, man. Consistency, yeah, consistent. In fact, I need to get a new mic. How about that? I need a new mic, because every time I mute the mic, I'm always forgetting to turn it back on and just be talking. Sorry, guys.
Obviously a very passionate person. Also, I don't know much more. See how the players come around.
It's a question for me. My feeling is that they already love him, which is normal. But the rest of the coaches is the same. They are all very different characters, but the relationship and the bond that we have with the players, I think it's unique, and I think that's something very, very powerful in a team.
Okay, I think we'll take a few questions in Spanish now. Spanish is back? Yeah. Yeah.
Hola. Y los equipos al final, capitanes, viajes y eso de. Bueno, no lo sé porque.
Alright, cool. Bro, these men are taking the piss. How did it... Bro, why is the rest of the press conference in Spanish? Why is the rest of the press conference in Spanish? You know what? There we go, finally. There we go. The people that we've been waiting for. The people that we've been waiting for to upload have finally uploaded. We're going to get the whole thing in English now.
Since the win over Fulham at the weekend, just how pleased with you with that victory and the mentality you showed to get over the line?
Well, very happy, obviously, and especially after international breaks, when you know that you have to again align and regroup everybody, and you could tell that in the first 10 minutes that we were a bit still getting that rhythm, but afterwards I think watching the game back that we deserve to win the game. There are things to improve, but we take the win and we move on now for the Champions League match.
And just a question on fitness. Pierre and Capier trained before the match against Fulham, but wasn't in the squad, so on the pitch. Is he available for tomorrow?
Yeah, he will be available, and I think that game came a bit too early for him, so he had another 2 very good sessions, and now he's ready to go.
Coming up against Diego Simeone, tomorrow, either one of the world's best managers. How highly do you rate him?
Well, at the highest level. I mean, I think what he's done since he got to Atletico has been outstanding. Not only what he has achieved, but the way he's done it. I think the identity that he has created to the club, to the team, the spirit, I think they are very simple and clear to identify, and that.
Unmuted. You know what? I'm just not. Hey, Sheldon, let me know if you can hear an echo, please. Let me know if you can hear an echo, because that's why I'm muting the mic.
Because the manager is very much them. And that's extremely difficult to achieve for a short period of time, and to do it for 14 years, I think he's been there now. It's something incredible. So, yeah, a pleasure to meet him.
After the match, there was a picture that went round of William Saliba on the team coach already watching Atletico Madrid. How did that come about, and how pleased you see the players already turning on to the next fixture?
Very pleased, because I didn't encourage it. So it came from them, and that's the most powerful thing, that a game finishes, the job is done, and we've done it, but now, okay, what's next, and what's the next challenge, what's the next opportunity? And we know that it's going to be a really tough one, so the earlier we start to think about it and prepare, the better. So I love that initiative from the players, and it tells you how much they want it, and how focused they are in what is next.
Darmesh from Sky.
Hi.
You mentioned Diego Simeone there, approaching 14 years. You're approaching 6 years at Arsenal. Do you look at Simeone as maybe an inspiration, and maybe...
Hi.
A couple of days since the win.
I didn't even know it was that long. Like, what the hell? Bro, Simeone has been at Atletico for 14 years. How many trophies? How many trophies has he won for Atletico in 14 years? How many trophies has he won? All right, cool. I have it here. So in 14 years, people, Simeone has won La Liga twice, Copa del Rey, La Liga twice, the Copa del Rey, 2 UEFA Europa Leagues, 2 UEFA Super Cups, as well as being runner-up to the UEFA Champions League twice. Simeone is the longest serving manager in La Liga, having stayed well over a decade at Atletico. So, look, he does bring silverware. I mean, we're talking 2 La Ligas, Copa del Reys, 2 Europa Leagues, 2 Super Cups. Like, okay. If we want to be cheeky, right? That's 7 trophies. Oh, Sheldon, thank you. That's yeah. He said Sheldon says about 6. I didn't even read the comments. That's basically 7 trophies, bro. Now, 7 trophies in 14 years. Would you say that's good enough, guys? Would you say 2 La Ligas in 14 years is good enough? Would you say that? Well, people have said it's good enough because Simeone is highly rated. People have said, oh, this is good enough. Now, when it comes to Arteta, we have 1 FA Cup in 6 years. That is not good enough. We need more. We need way more trophies under Arteta's tenure. So I feel like people need to relax. Because, look, trust me, Arteta pisses me off. But at the same time, we need to just be level-headed when it comes to our decision-making as fans. I feel like most fans are just hell-bent on being angry. We're hell-bent on being angry. Like, why is Simeone still there? Sheldon Johnson in the comments says, at least they can say they won and we celebrated second. All right, Sheldon, they have won. I'm happy for them that they have won. But don't you think with the Arsenal team that Arteta has built as of this season, forget about the team that we had last season, forget about the teams that we competed with over the last 3 years. Don't you think this season we can go over the line? Now, if you ask me, I've said it multiple times. I've already made a video already. Look, we're only 8 games in, and I said this at 7 games in. We're 8 games into the Prem. We have 30 more games to go. From those 30 games, I swear down, I see no more than 4 losses. No more. No more. When I say 4, I mean 4 for the entire season. The entire season. We're not losing any more than 4 games. Listen, man, them clip me up. Sheldon Johnson says, honest conversation, bro, we can win every damn thing. You see? And that's an Arsenal fan who is sometimes don't really like Arteta, but he can see that the team that Arteta has built this season are capable of taking it over the line. Now, look, people, I understand the Fulham game. I understand people want us to be gun-ho every game. Arsenal fans are expecting us to play tiki-taka football every game. Now calling us set piece FC. Bro, why is every other club doing set pieces now? Why is every other club doing long throws now? Are we not trendsetters then? Is Arsenal not a trendsetter? Because, bro, first of all, we're called Stoke FC, but then Stoke FC is the reason why everyone's doing throw-ins. No, it's not. I mean, long throws. Is that the reason why everyone's doing long throws? No, it's not. It's because the team at the top of the league is doing long throws. So bare teams are copying the long throws now. Bare teams are signing up set-piece coaches. Why are they signing a set-piece coach? Is it not because Arteta set the trend to sign a set-piece coach to get the set pieces better? Look, everything I'm saying right now sounds like man's glazing Arteta in it. And man's going to have to stand back for a bit. Because I'm not glazing Arteta here. I'm just being a little level-headed. Yeah? I'm just being a little level-headed. Because I honestly believe, even if Arteta gets sacked, I do believe this team can go on and win a trophy. The same way Slot went to Liverpool and got a ready-made team. Let's just say this is the final season for Arteta, and Arteta finally leaves. Whoever comes in, I expect him to take us over the line, especially with this team. So, look, we have a capable squad. We have a strong squad. So, guys, 1 trophy in 6 is terrible. However, 3 years competing out of 6, yeah? 3 years competing out of 6 in your first job as a manager for a big club it's exceptional work. It's good work. That is good work. That is good work. If he won more trophies, then man would be like, yo, Arteta's an absolute generational manager. This guy's a bad man. Man came out of nowhere and finally just started winning trophies with one of the he could be Arteta could have been in the same books as Zinedine Zidane if we had won trophies. But he's not in that book because he ain't got over the line. What Zinedine Zidane done at Real Madrid, coming in for your first managerial role and then going to win 3 Champions Leagues, absolute bad man. You don't get guys like that. But then again, did he not get a ready-made team? Arteta didn't get a ready-made team. Arteta had to build his team over the course of 6 years. It's a fact, people. It's a fact. Sheldon says, I don't care how we win. We don't invent nothing. We're just using what's available. If we win every game, one goal from setters, we're going to go down in history. They can't take that away, but we must win. And shout out to Sheldon Johnson. This is why I like my man, Absolute G. Because, bro, he's speaking facts. He's speaking absolute facts. Look, same thing with me. I don't care how we win. I'm not good. Bro, man them have come online screaming. Sorry, guys. Man them have come online screaming, oh, we won. But Fulham looked like they were not a threat, but I felt scared. Bro, people are so stupid. People just want to be complaining. Bro, you watch the whole Fulham game. No threat for the entire game. Man telling me, oh, Fulham missed their chances. Fulham missed their chances. Bro, the only time I felt threatened from Fulham throughout that game was when that cross went in and it looked like it was going into the goal and Raya had to save it. That's the only time I felt threatened. For the entire game, Arsenal were in absolute control. And do you know why I rate Arsenal Football Club this year? And do you know why I feel like we can do it this year? Because we've had 3 years of trauma. 3 years of trauma. In those 3 years of trauma, we have learned how to control a game. And I've seen that from the first 8 games this season. We have learned how to control a game. The only game we have lost is due to a wonder goal, a wonder free kick, a wonder strike, an absolute sublime free kick. That's the only game we lost. Guys, we lost the game due to a free kick in the last dying minutes of the game. Come on, people. Put some respect on the team. Sheldon says, idiots. It's like that because we made it so. Scousers were in luck with their wonder goal. Bro, real talk, man. Real talk, man. That man got lucky with that wonder goal. They got lucky with that wonder goal. Where are they now? People are saying they're in a crisis. People are saying they're in a crisis. Bro, this is ridiculous. I'm telling you, next time I'm on a panel show, I'm on to any Liverpool fan. All the Liverpool fans, I'm on to them. I'm on to them. Getting done over by Man United, by Ruben Amorim. Bro, I don't even rate Ruben Amorim. I've said it. You might have seen my predictions this year. I said if Ruben Amorim is at Man United at the end of next season, at the end of this season, they're going to be fighting for relegation again. They're going to be built like 10th. Like 10th. 10th. Now, if I'm proved wrong by Amorim, it is what it is. But I couldn't care less about United. All I care is that United stay in the mud. That's all I care about. Listen, guys, call me a hater. Call me whatever you want to call me. As long as United stay in the mud and Arsenal keep competing and winning trophies, I'll be happy. I'm happy. I'm telling you. That's all it is for me. I don't care about Liverpool. Liverpool mean nothing to me. We've never competed with Liverpool for a trophy. This might be the first season. Oh, last season was the first season. This might be the second season. But we have to wait and see. We don't have any bad blood for Liverpool fans. You know, some would say. You as well, fam, talking about. Oh, you yourself, fam, talking about Liverpool gonna run away with it. Look, hey Sheldon, I don't think Liverpool are gonna run away with it, bro. I've said it on multiple streams, bro. Even Arsenal fans are bantering me, bro. My fellow Arsenal fans, I've said it on multiple streams. I believe Arsenal can go and win a trophy this season. I believe, I've said it from game 7 onwards. Obviously, I can't go into the season saying Arsenal are gonna win a trophy if there's nothing to base, my analysis on. I can't just be going into the season and say, oh, Arsenal are going to win the trophy because I feel, oh, we signed the best players. I'm sorry. All of that is bullcrap. All of that is bullcrap. Because unless you'd won the trophy the season before and then you reinvested, then you have a reason to say that. Like Liverpool. Me personally, I know what the media have said. Oh, Arsenal must. But I put Liverpool as favourites at the start of the season simply because they won the trophy last year and they signed 2 players worth £250 million. Just two. And they spent 400 million. They spent 400 million and they signed 2 players worth 250. Yeah? So Liverpool, need to be winning every game. Liverpool should be brushing everyone over. Isak has been stinking up the place. Wirtz has been stinking up the place. But it's Gyökeres that they'll talk about. It's Gyökeres that they'll put the news on. What happened to Isak? 120 million quid. 120 million quid Isak. But it's Gyökeres they keep talking about. Why? Because Arsenal sell papers. We're the best team, bro. Look, once we start winning trophies, it's long for every other fan base. Because the years of banter, the years that Arsenal were in the mud and were holding the banter. Look, you know what, guys? I'm happy I started doing content this year. I'm very happy I started doing content. Because you know what? This is the year we win it. I don't care. This is the year that Arsenal win the trophy. Go and argue with your nan. Go and argue with whoever you want to argue with. I couldn't care less. I'm telling you, people. Man went on one of my rambles. I ain't been on a ramble in a while. Oh, I do miss streaming. I do. I do miss streaming. This was fun. This is fun. Oh, guys, I missed you too, guys. I missed you too. I am so sorry I haven't been here. I'm so sorry, man. Life, yeah. But I will not let life happen like this anymore. In fact, moving on, I need to think of a time specific that I can consistently record every day. Now, these are kind of like the times I'm going for. I'm going for around about 7 p.m. I'm either going for like a 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Those are kind of like the times I want to be doing some recording and, you know, have my viewers locked in, so you guys can expect me at a certain time all the time. Now, you do know about the 3 o'clock streams. I've been doing a lot of midday streams, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock streams. So usually, yeah, man, we will see. But moving forward, guys, there will be a structure. I've done this for a few months now. It's been very erratic, you know. I'm just going online at random times. No one knows when I'm gonna be online. I'm just here. Oh my god, hey guys, new Arsenal guy talking about football. No one cares. So from now on, I will set a time and I will let you guys know when the shows will be on. Thank you to all the viewers, man. Man loves the viewers, bro. Man loves the viewers. Big up Sheldon Johnson every time. Big up Sheldon Johnson every time. Right. There were a few questions. All right, cool. This is what I wanted to go to. Defensive numbers regarding Gabriel.
Which is with the players, with their commitments as well. And Gabi added something different that willingness to win, I think. And we've seen that only through his career, that experience to win and to elevate somebody's level and ambition and drive to the highest limit, and he's extraordinary at that.
Of course, one of the main title rivals that we can fail to win, Liverpool against Manchester United. Did you ever notice on the training field after one of your main rivals has failed to win that your players perhaps have a bit more of a spring in their step during a training session?
Alright, cool. Man's got to address the comments. A big up Sheldon Johnson every time. I said it again and I'll say it again. Yeah, look, Sheldon says, I'm not worried about City, but Haaland giving me nightmares. Look, City are always going to be a threat with Haaland up front. City are always going to be a threat with Pep Guardiola at the helm. So, look, there's no way. I didn't rule out City. I don't know why people would rule out City. I think it's absolutely diabolical. Just 1 year of lackluster performances from City, and people are ruling them out, saying they won't be able to do nothing. they're 3 points behind Arsenal right now. So I'm very wary. I'm very wary about City. I hear Sheldon Johnson's opinion, and I hear it. It is what it is. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But yo, bro. Like City, they're a force to reckon with, man. They can just turn up. Yeah, they do look a bit shaky. They definitely do look a bit shaky, but you know, it is what it is. Moving forward, Sheldon Johnson says, but we cannot talk about the Gyökeres dud though, man. Arsenal fans try to defend that crap. Right. The Gyökeres situation. Let's speak on the Gyökeres situation, Sheldon. Look. Gyökeres, yeah. It's very stressful watching him. It's very, very stressful watching Gyökeres. I'm not even going to lie. Because Gyökeres' first touch is absolutely diabolical. Like, I haven't seen a player with a worst first touch. Listen, guys, I don't come out here and chat crap. You man know this. But that touch that Gyökeres has, bro, he needs to go to the school of Berbatov, bro. Hey, he needs to call Berbatov right now and ask Berbatov how to learn to touch the ball. Because, bro, in fact, I need to call Arteta right now and tell him this guy needs to go on some touch drills, bro. Yeah, touch drills. The brother's 27. I don't even know what I'm doing over here. Bro, the brother's 27, bro. And he can't even control the ball. Nah, look. The way Arsenal play, it's not to Gyökeres' strength. Everyone is aware of that. Bro, even your nan is aware of that. Yeah? Everyone is aware that Gyökeres and Arsenal, there needs to be a bit of an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Instead of Arsenal players to pass Gyökeres the ball when there's space down the wing or there's space ahead of him so he can run on and barge the defender and all of this and all of that. Nothing. No through ball. Nothing. So, it's a bit of a conundrum because Arsenal are not playing exactly the way Gyökeres needs them to play. And Gyökeres, as well, is not comfortable with the way Arsenal play. Because all I've seen from Gyökeres over the past few games is Gyökeres just running for 90 minutes, bro. Man just running up and down, bro. I've never seen someone do so much cardio. Man has done so much cardio. He needs to go back into the gym and put some weight on, bro. Because the amount of running that he's done, I'm sure he's lost weight. I'm sure all the strength that he had in Portugal, barging all those players and that, he's lost it, bro. Because he's been on a weight loss journey. Gyökeres has been on a weight loss journey, bro. The amount of running the brother's been doing has been absolutely ridiculous. Just pass him the ball. Instead of them to pass him the ball down the wing, see him run on. Nah, bro. What would they do? They'll slow down the play. Piss me off. Sheldon says, I'm not hearing this play to strength, bro. He had chances versus Fulham, always wrestling with defenders. Look, the wrestling with the defenders thing, yeah, he's gonna need a bit of time. He's gonna need a bit of time to get used to the players of the Prem. Remember, you have to remember, the Prem is a physical league. Yeah, Portugal is not a physical league. So Gyökeres had a field day, just barging all those defenders. Just barging all... Bro, my man come from Coventry and he's barging guys over in Portugal. Yeah? So, it's nothing. It was nothing to him. But now that my man's back in the Prem, he's realizing he might need to put a bit more weight on. He's realizing that, yo, these guys are not weak. I can't barge him like I was barging all those guys in Portugal. So, just give him a bit more time. I'm gonna give him some time to get his strength up. Gyökeres is 27, so he's in the midst of his prime. 27, 28, 29. prime years. We've seen with strikers, they can keep on going, scoring goals. We've seen Harry Kane, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Giroud. You know what I'm saying? Bro, he can get better. This doesn't have to be the end of Gyökeres. This, and that sounds so crazy. This is not the end of Gyökeres. He can get better. Yeah? Facts. No doubt he can get better. However, he does need some improvement immediately. Sheldon says, I'm not hearing this play to strength, bro. You kind of have to do play to a man's strength. It's a fact. It's a fact. Like, people play different. Everyone has different styles. And for a striker who, for the last 2 or 3 years, has just been, you know, getting on the end of long balls and barging defenders and running down the wing and then taking it in and then shooting, and a striker that has never had to deal with a low block. Like, look, there are adjustments that need to be made when you come into the Prem. Not everyone can come and go, bang, I got this, light work. This ain't even what people were saying. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that. And the players that can do that, they're worth a mad thing. They're worth an arm and a leg. So, hey, Sheldon, give him just a bit. Just give him some time, bro. We have him for 5 years. We're not going to sell Gyökeres, bro. We literally have a striker now. I don't feel you know how Arsenal are when it comes to selling players, bro. No one's going to buy Gyökeres at 30 and give him 300k a week. No one's doing it, bro. No one's doing it. So Gyökeres is staying at Arsenal. We can't do nothing about it. What we need to see from Gyökeres, though, is that this brother is willing to improve. The same way I've seen from Havertz. Havertz is willing to improve. Havertz is willing to improve. Although Havertz has been stinking or stunk up the place, he does have a good return. He does have a good return for us as a striker. So, look, let's just give the guy some time. Don't rule him out just yet, bro. Yeah, don't rule him out just yet. Sheldon says, nah, I've suffered Havertz. Now I have to suffer Gyökeres. I mean, look. I guess so. Bro, I guess you just have to suffer for now, bro. You just have to suffer. Look, we're winning games. We're top of the league. Gyökeres causes a threat to defenders. Like, look, Sheldon, pay attention in the Prem. Forget about the Champions League, because I know Gyökeres can boss it in the Champions League. But in the Prem, a lot of defenders, especially the centre backs, now have to focus on Gyökeres. Whereas before, I feel like defenders didn't focus on Gyökeres. They kind of, pardon me, they kind of like, let Havertz do whatever he wanted to do it up front. They kind of felt like Havertz could be weights off the ball. His Havertz touch as well is not so great, but Gyökeres is worse. So, like, just give him some time. Sheldon, please give him some time. Look, I wanted Gyökeres. I wanted Gyökeres over Sesko. But you know what? That's because this is my little community. I'm not gonna lie to you. What I've seen from Sesko, I kind of do feel like Sesko would have been a better fit at Arsenal. It's kind of frustrating to say only a few games in. However, if we're just going by eye test alone, what I've seen from Sesko has been way more promising work than I have seen from Gyökeres. So, yeah, people, man, it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Yeah. Sad times. Where we at? I definitely do want to talk about a bit more. In fact, guys, as well, man, my streams are gonna be diverse moving forward. I'm gonna be talking about a few more things, moving forward. But this was just regarding a press conference. I might even be doing all-nighters sooner or later, bro. Because, yeah, man, like Sheldon said, consistency. It's all about the consistency. You just got to keep posting. You got to keep showing up live. Can't have the viewers, you know, can't have the viewers with no entertainment. Nothing. Terrible from me. Terrible from me. But I will be improving on that definitely soon, my people. Yes, people, that is more or less the press conference. Yeah, they didn't really talk about much after that. All right, cool. So, looks like Mikel Moreno is our supporting cast for Mikel Arteta. Sheldon says, I can't believe you said that. I don't, hey, the Gerassi, however you say his name, yo, he just looks like hype, bro. He looks like hype. Osimhen, bro. Osimhen's injury prone. I'm Nigerian, bro. I am Nigerian. Yeah? Osimhen is injury prone. I don't even know what Osimhen be doing in his spare time. But I'm sorry. I don't want Osimhen at Arsenal, bro. I don't want Osimhen at Arsenal, bro. The guy does a lot of shenanigans. Man don't want no trouble. I just want a guy to come and play and not be missing for half the year, bro. You get what I'm saying? I need man to be fit. I need him to be fit, stay fit, play games, score goals. And if you're not doing that, be threatening. You know what I mean? Mateta. Bro, man can't do a Mateta. Bro, Mateta is not the one. Come on, man. Mateta's not the one. Not for me. Look, Eze from Crystal Palace, yes. Mateta, no. Just no. If it was anyone else that you wanted from Crystal Palace, it should have been Elise last year. That's someone I'll be talking about. Nah, not Mateta, bro. Not for me. Bro, there weren't that many strikers available, bro. That's why, if you look at what was going on out there, it was Gyökeres and Sesko with Isak. Voldemort, Ekatike. You know what? I said all those names and I said there weren't that many strikers available. That's crazy. Hey, look, Ekatike should be an Arsenal player, bro. Ekatike should be an Arsenal player, bro. In my opinion, Ekatike looks like an absolute bad man. He looks like an absolute baller. I am not even going to front. I think Ekatike looks really good as a football player. Liverpool definitely got a bit of a conundrum over there because, you know, don't know what Slot's gonna do in regards to the Ekatike and Isak conundrum. Who plays? Who does what? We have to wait and see. But yes, people, that is the stream for today. Let's have a read. Let's see what Mikel Moreno has to say regarding couple questions asked. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up after the Moreno. Segment.
Yeah, I mean, amazing start of the season for us. I think there's always a lot of expectations on how the season starts. But to be honest, the most important thing is how it ends. It's good that we are in a good momentum now. The team is full of confidence and we are in a good streak at the minute. But obviously, this is a long journey. And the good thing is we are mentally ready to approach it and give the best of us.
That was a really good reply from Moreno right there. That was a really good reply from Moreno. the team are ready mentally, and that's something. Look, I hadn't listened to this. You man have been locked in. You man know. I just said, oh wow, it's here. Wow, finally. I hadn't listened to this. So mentality is a huge thing in football. Like I've said, the Arsenal players have been traumatized for the last 3 years. However, moving on for the next 3 years, I feel like they can dominate. They can absolutely dominate because we have an absolutely strong team. Now, moving forward, that just means the revolving door of players that need to come in need to be absolute quality. And with Andre Berta at the helm and what he showed, man, over the summer, I ain't gonna lie to you. What Andre Berta showed me is, listen, I can leave it up to him. Yeah? I can't do no Edu thing. Edu's a waste, man. Edu's an absolute scum. Sheldon says our left back looks more of a threat than our striker. Where do you get that? Look, blame Arteta. You can't blame Calafiori. You can't blame Gyökeres. Because, look, yeah, strikers are going to miss chances. But if you're giving a striker more chances than he misses, then I guess you're the problem. But Gyökeres don't even get enough chances. There are plenty of times Gyökeres should have gotten the ball, but he doesn't get it. So, whose fault is that? Is that the manager's fault for how he's coaching the team? Is that the players on the pitch because they don't have any IQ to pass to the brother that's making a run? Like, what is it, bro? We don't know. I can't tell you. I'm just watching the screen. But from my little analysis over here, there's a lot of things at play, bro. There's a lot of things at play. So, time. Look, I wouldn't be saying time, Sheldon. I wouldn't be saying time if we went top. I wouldn't be saying time if we didn't look like a formidable team. I wouldn't be saying any of those things. The reason why I'm saying time is because the team has been built to a very good standard. A very, very good standard. Sheldon says he's referring to Gyökeres. He gets at least one chance a game, but he'd rather do WWE. And that first touch doesn't help. Look, that first touch from Gyökeres is diabolical. You've heard me say it. But let's give him some time, man. Look. Hey, Sheldon Johnson. We're 8 games in, yeah? We're eight games in. If at game 19, Gyökeres hasn't given us any more goals, he hasn't improved. You know, game 19, game 20. You know what I'm saying? Really and truly, it should be like game 16, but I'm going for game 19, yeah? At game 19, if Gyökeres' numbers are not looking like, 19 games, you know, I would say 10 goals minimum, 8 goals, 19 games, 8 goals. If Gyökeres doesn't have 8 goals in 19 Premier League games, then you have the right to cuss him, bro. You have the right to do whatever you want to do, bro. You have the right to say whatever you want to call him, bro. You can do it. You can do it. But my thing is, I need to give him some time. Sheldon says, in the next 4 games, I want the goal. Yeah, bro, we need a goal. We need a goal from Gyökeres. Look, this is Gyökeres' longest drought in 3 years. This is Gyökeres' longest drought in 3 years. Whose fault could that be? Is it the manager? Come on, man. The guy knows how to strike the ball. The guy knows where the goal is. Obviously, things haven't been great at the moment, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's one of the secrets, definitely. We have an amazing squad this year. We've made a lot of signings which have bring the level even higher. And every training session is a challenge, and it's always good to have these good qualities around you that pushes you and makes you even better. So yeah, that it's always good to push each other, and the whole level of the squad and individually the players is going to go upwards, and that's something that everyone will benefit from. Well, I mean, you can see he's a really intense manager. He wants everything to go the right way. I see him as a really good character on the touchline. I think sometimes you need that intensity in terms of a player. Also, the crowd can see that he is committing to the team and to the results. And in training sessions, you can see that fire as well. So that's driving for us. And yeah, it's amazing to have someone that can show that body language in a good way when he wants to push to push you to get better, but also in the difficult moments when he's calm and he can put the arm on your shoulder and say, hey, it's now time to be together and push. So yeah, I think he has done a great job lately in managing the character. Yeah. Well, it's always rumors. There's always talks in transfer market window. So yeah, there's nothing new there for me. I know that every window is always a lot of speculation about it. But the thing I am most proud about is just to be around this family, be at this club, and yeah, I have started this journey one year ago, and I'm really happy to be here and to represent this club.
So I would sell Moreno any day of the week. Whoever wants to buy Moreno, come and put the bid in. This is a roll call, bro. This is a roll call. Whoever wants to buy Moreno, please put the bid in. I rate him as a player. However, if we talking about we need money and we need reinvestments, and Arsenal don't sell anyone, he's someone we can cash in on, because he has performed better since he's been at Arsenal Football Club. Yes, I said it. Guys, that is the show for today. Big up Moreno. Big up Sheldon Johnson. As always, as per usual, every single time, man. Big up the regular viewers. Guys, please make sure to like on your way out, on your way in. Make sure to subscribe if it is your first time here. Yeah, man, I've got to come back with the consistency of uploading regularly. So, yes, people, you will get that from me moving forward. Thank you to everyone who tuned in today. Yeah, man, we shall be back tomorrow and then onwards. I might be back on later tonight, actually. I might do a stream later on tonight. We shall see. We shall see. But until then, peace out, people. Love for the love, no Turkish. Big up, Sheldon. See you later, my bro. I haven't even ended the stream.